In the shadow of Nova Scotia's dense wilderness, where ancient pines whisper secrets to the wind, two children stepped into oblivion on a cold May morning. No screams pierced the dawn, no footprints marked their passage, no evidence remained of their existence. Lily and Jack Sullivan, ages 9 and 6, dissolved from reality as if they had never been born. What followed wasn't the frantic search you might expect. Instead, a chilling calm descended over their rural home on Gearlock Road. 4 adults remained inside the trailer, their stories shifting like smoke. The mother vanished without explanation. The stepfather shrugged with cold indifference. "I'm not their father." The forest held its breath. The authorities whispered among themselves. And somewhere in the silence between truth and deception, 2 innocent souls became ghosts. The morning of May 2nd should have shattered the Sullivan household with panic. Instead, it unfolded with the eerie tranquility of a funeral parlor. Malaya Brooks Murray, the children's mother, claimed she last heard their voices at 9:40 a.m. Not saw them, merely heard distant sounds that could have been anything. Daniel Martell, the stepfather, offered conflicting accounts that crumbled under scrutiny. His initial claim of seeing the children at 10 a.m. later dissolved into admissions of uncertainty, leaving investigators grasping at phantom timelines. But perhaps most disturbing was the delay itself. 12 hours passed between the children's last confirmed sighting and the eventual call to police. 12 hours of silence in a home that should have erupted with desperate searching. In those lost hours, crucial evidence evaporated. Digital footprints faded. Witnesses forgot details. Security footage from distant cameras automatically deleted itself, erasing potential glimpses of truth. The RCMP would later reveal a fact that turned blood cold. No visual confirmation existed of Jack and Lily being alive after May 1st. Every adult account claiming otherwise now hung in the air like a lie waiting to fall. Daniel Martell became the central figure in a narrative built on quicksand. His polygraph test, if it ever truly occurred, represented the investigation's most hollow victory. No official documentation confirmed the test's existence, yet Martell proclaimed his innocence through leaked messages and social media posts. Polygraphs measure heartbeats and perspiration, not truth. Serial killers have passed them. Spies have beaten them. Drug users can manipulate them. In a case where every fact remained disputed, pinning hope on a test that courts refused to acknowledge seemed almost deliberately naive. Meanwhile, other household members escaped similar scrutiny. Belinda Martell, Daniel's mother, lived mere steps away in an RV. Justin Martell remained silent as stone. Malaya herself faced no documented polygraph examination. The uneven application of investigative pressure created a hierarchy of suspicion that defied logic. The physical evidence told an even more disturbing story. 3 weeks passed before investigators thought to examine the space beneath the trailer, a delay that bordered on investigative malpractice. By then, any traces of foul play could have been scrubbed clean by time and weather. Perhaps most chilling was the discovery that Jack and Lily Sullivan had lived as ghosts long before they disappeared. No medical records, no confirmed school enrollment, no interaction with Child Protective Services. These children existed in the margins of society, invisible to every system designed to protect them. In a country where healthcare remains accessible and vaccination schedules are standard, the absence of any medical documentation raised immediate red flags. Malaya had mentioned both children might be on the autism spectrum, yet no formal diagnosis existed. Jack, still wearing pull-ups at age 6, showed no documented care for his developmental needs. Their isolation extended beyond bureaucratic gaps. Neighbors couldn't recall seeing the children in recent months. No grocery store clerks remembered their faces. No community members reported interactions with the family. This level of social invisibility required deliberate effort, the kind that makes children disappear long before they're officially missing. Even 16-month-old Meadow, the youngest sibling who remained in the home after her siblings vanished, received no documented psychological evaluation. In missing children cases, remaining siblings often hold crucial clues through their behavior and reactions. Yet this potential source of truth remained unexplored. What passed for investigation resembled performance more than procedure. The RCMP maintained stony silence while rumors flourished on social media. Critical information emerged through internet forums rather than official channels. Supposed interrogations of suspects became public knowledge through anonymous online posts rather than verified police statements. The absence of an Amber Alert struck many as the investigation's most glaring failure. Two young children vanishing under suspicious circumstances typically triggers immediate public mobilization. Instead, precious hours passed in silence, while the children's descriptions remained unknown to potential witnesses. Specialized units arrived at the scene in unmarked vehicles, yet the RCMP never confirmed their involvement. Were homicide investigators quietly working the case? The public remained deliberately uninformed while speculation filled the void left by official silence. Basic investigative procedures appeared delayed or absent entirely. No confirmed seizure of digital devices. No systematic review of surveillance footage from nearby roads. No deployment of cadaver dogs until weeks had passed. Each delay compounded the previous one, creating a cascade of missed opportunities. As days stretched into weeks, the comfortable theory of children lost in the wilderness crumbled under harsh examination. Nova Scotia's early May weather brings cold nights and wet conditions, lethal for unprepared children. Yet extensive searches revealed no footprints, no torn clothing, no signs of human passage through the dense forest. The family dog's silence became another troubling detail. When children wander off, pets typically follow or alert their owners through persistent barking. The complete absence of canine reaction suggested the children never left the property on foot, or that whoever took them was familiar enough to avoid triggering the animal's protective instincts. Environmental factors made the lost in the woods scenario increasingly implausible. The soft, damp ground should have captured clear footprints. The challenging terrain would have slowed small children considerably. Most damning, the adult's delayed response contradicted every natural parental instinct when a child goes missing in dangerous wilderness. As hope faded for an innocent explanation, more sinister theories emerged from the shadows. The complete absence of physical evidence began suggesting calculated concealment rather than accidental disappearance. Human trafficking, while rare in rural Nova Scotia, couldn't be dismissed entirely. Jack and Lily's invisibility within official systems made them ideal targets, children who could vanish without triggering bureaucratic alarms. Their isolation from community connections meant fewer people would notice their absence. The theory of family involvement carried its own horrific logic. The unlocked back door suggested either inside access or voluntary departure. The household's collective amnesia about basic details felt rehearsed rather than traumatic. The delayed police contact allowed crucial hours for potential evidence disposal or story coordination. Most disturbing was the possibility of a planned handoff, a transaction disguised as tragedy. The unnatural calm displayed by adults in the immediate aftermath seemed more consistent with guilty knowledge than genuine panic. Their measured responses during media appearances struck observers as performed rather than authentic. Over a month has passed since Jack and Lily Sullivan last drew breath in the world of the living. The window for survival has closed with the finality of a coffin lid. If they wandered into the wilderness, hypothermia claimed them within days. If strangers took them, the absence of ransom demands suggests their value lay not in money, but in darker currencies. The investigation's failures created a perfect storm of lost opportunities. No thermal imaging in the crucial first hours, no immediate canvassing of potential witnesses, no systematic review of known offenders in the area. Each misstep moved the children further from salvation and closer to becoming statistics in unsolved case files. The community's growing frustration reflects a deeper truth about modern child protection. Systems designed to safeguard vulnerable children failed before Jack and Lily even disappeared. Their invisibility within medical, educational, and social services created the perfect conditions for tragedy. Tonight, as darkness falls over Gearlock Road, the same questions echo through the pines that witnessed whatever truth unfolded that May morning. Did two children wander into wilderness and become claimed by elements too harsh for their small bodies to survive? Did predators study the isolated household and strike when opportunity presented itself? Or did the people entrusted with their care orchestrate their disappearance through calculation rather than accident? The adults who shared their final hours remain free, their stories unchallenged by serious interrogation. The mother has vanished as completely as her children. The stepfather maintains his innocence through social media proclamations rather than sworn testimony. The extended family members retreat into strategic silence. Meanwhile, Jack and Lily exist now only in photographs and fading memories. Their laughter no longer brightens morning air. Their small hands will never again reach for comfort in the darkness. Their futures have been stolen by forces that remain unnamed and unpunished. In the end, the Sullivan case stands as testament to how easily children can be erased from existence when those charged with their protection choose silence over truth. Whether through criminal intent or criminal negligence, Jack and Lily Sullivan have been failed by every adult who should have fought for their lives. The investigation continues in name only, its momentum lost to bureaucratic inertia and public indifference. The media moves on to fresher tragedies. The authorities file reports that lead nowhere. The community slowly forgets the faces of two children who deserved better than to vanish into the void of adult failures. But somewhere in the quantum space between hope and despair, between life and death, the possibility remains that Jack and Lily Sullivan still draw breath in hidden places, that they wait for rescue that may never come, that they remember voices calling their names in love rather than in anger. Until that truth emerges from whatever darkness has swallowed it, their story serves as a warning written in invisible ink across the conscience of a society that allowed two children to disappear as if they had never existed at all. In the silence that follows every unanswered question, Jack and Lily Sullivan continue their endless journey into the unknown. Two small souls whose fate remains locked behind doors that may never open to reveal the truth.